This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. Edward's having a little sing-song. We're out in Dublin, sporting the old green.
I know you get down. I'll for you on. Sorry, Biggie Smalls.
How are you?
Very well. Happy birthday, Parsons. How does it feel? 13 today. Unbelievable.
Putting in the mileage for a 13-year-old, eh?
Yeah, you are. You're doing well. Doing well. And obviously, still great. Shout out. What's your school that you go to? Okay, Cotswolds Primary. Shout out to Cotswolds Primary for allowing him consistent days off to live his dream.
Incredible, isn't it?
Just showing the UK government that being in school may be overrated if you get a job like Parsons at 13.
Started at 11 as well. Incredible growth.
Yeah.
Eddie, weigh in.
Unlike your beard. Go on.
It's all right. Apart from this bit.
For a 13-year-old, he's unbelievable. Never seen anything like it.
Seriousness, for a 20-year-old, it's all right now.
When you get to 20, like when you get to 22, your beard doesn't start growing faster. Like what it is now is what it is.
In all seriousness, I genuinely haven't grown. I don't know why I'm admitting this, because the comment in height since I was 13.
Oh, yeah.
Actual 13.
No, it's all right.
It's a bit depressing.
People have a place too.
That we do, in which a lot of them are on your cards.
Yeah. Really?
Edward, weigh in, expecting a very raucous crowd here. I believe there were 5,000 applicants for only 500 entry. Change of venue as well.
Yeah, well, we spoke to the authorities who wanted us to cap the weigh-in. Originally, we had a venue that we were capped at 300 for, and we managed to convince them to allow 500 because we had 5,000 applicants for the weigh-in. So it's going to be unbelievable atmosphere in here. I can't believe we just got just one day to go, and buzzing for everything, buzzing for the show, buzzing for the weigh-in. Yeah, 24 hours to go.
Everything seems to be running very smoothly so far. If that stays the case, is it going to be more returns to Dublin? I spoke to Gary Cully yesterday, and he sort of said to me, look, he wants to be fighting at the Free Arena come back end of this year against sort of a Linares or a Richard Comey, etc. Is that the plan? More matchroom events over here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a vibrant boxing city. It's a knowledgeable boxing crowd and city and country. But as always, you need the headline act. They've got it in Katie Taylor. If she wins, if she doesn't win, I'm sure she'll be back as well. But those fighters like Gary Cully, you know, obviously Kieran Ajarko, Paddy Donovan, you know, Thomas Carty, they're the next generation coming through. So it's a massive moment for Irish boxing tomorrow night as well, not just for Katie Taylor.
For Katie Taylor, how do you think she'll be feeling? She's always seen and been seen as someone who sort of like a pressure mates her. I know Madison Square Garden, it felt like was the pinnacle of pressure, but even in my taxi on the way down here, they sort of bringing up Katie Taylor without me bringing it up in bars and everything. Everyone's talking about Katie Taylor. Will she be feeling it more so than ever?
I don't know. She never really gives that away. I don't think, you know, you're never going to see her looking nervous or feeling nervous. I think it's just... Now, when she walked out of Madison Square Garden, there were no nerves. It was a complete embracement of the moment, wasn't it? Like, you know, you saw her, and I think that's how it'll be on Saturday night. This is what she's dreamed of forever. You know, this is her city, this is her country, this is her people, and finally she's realising her dream of fighting here in Dublin. So I think with everything she's achieved, everything she's been through, she won't be nervous. I think she'll be excited. She'll want to perform. All great athletes and all great competitors, that's what it comes down to, the performance. The pressure that she'll be putting on herself is to perform, not, oh, the crowd, the noise. Just, I want to perform, I've put the work in, this is my moment, I need to win.
Terri Harper Brackhouse, now sort of, I spoke to Terri yesterday and I said, is there much more for you at 154 if the Jonas fight can't be made? I know we have this back and forth time and time again. Are you almost giving up on that fight?
I don't know, I mean, I don't want to rant and rave about it. I just don't understand how people can deny you, or you can deny yourself an opportunity to create legacy and make a massive payday because you don't like someone. You know, you're about to have a fight with someone. You don't have to like them. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, but maybe several years ago, maybe I would have been the same with that sort of, you know, mentality. But I just, as you get a bit older and wiser, you just think, look, I don't care who don't like who. Let's just get the fight made. You know, Natasha Jonas is an amazing fighter. She's done incredible. She's unified the division. Terri Harper stepped up and won a world title at 154. you've got an undisputed fight between two English women, two great fighters. They're all going to make a fortune, and we're going to find out who the best in the division is at the moment. So it's a bit sad, really, but we're just focused on the career of Terri Harper, and she's got a massive fight on Saturday against Cecilia Brækhus.
Do you ever have any communication with Joe Gallagher regarding it?
I haven't spoken to Joe Gallagher for years.
Is that relationship completely done in terms of a working?
We never had a blow up or fell out, but he used to have a lot of top fighters, and we represented a lot of those fighters, so we had a relationship. But Joe's Joe. Do you know what I mean? He's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but he's got his opinions. I respect that, and I just don't like it when it affects someone's legacy and a chance to make. But Natasha seems to be on the same page as Joe, so it's not really. I can't blame Joe. They both need to have a cold shower and just go, hang on a minute. But at the moment, Natasha Jonas hasn't got a fight. She hasn't got a fight date. She hasn't got an opponent, and she's kind of like talking about a fight with Clarissa Shields. Why would you fight Clarissa Shields? It's a terrible fight for her when you can fight Terri Harper for undisputed. So the sad thing is, they don't even want to discuss it. Do you know what I mean? If it was just money, I understand, and we couldn't reach a deal, but, you know, and all this hyperbole around, we just want to work with other promoters, we just want to make the best fights. Well, you don't really, do you? Because Natasha Jonas against Terri Harper is a great fight, an undisputed fight, and it's on the doormat for you. It's delivered. All you got to do is pick up the phone and negotiate and get it made. If you want to do it on Sky, I don't mind. I would never deny Terri Harper the opportunity of that fight if the money was right. They know what we've offered Natasha Jonas. But again, you know, it's not. You don't really want to make the fight. You want to do it on Sky, and we'll do it on Sky. But it's a bit deeper than that.
Conor Benn, I think yesterday you said you're sort of in the works for something massive. Are you able to sort of give us any clue? When I spoke to Conor last week in Guadalajara, he's very adamant that he wanted Keith Thurman next. Logistically, is it possible? Respectfully, is that a massive fight, or is it sort of more a Chris Eubank Jr. that's a massive fight?
I mean, there's been a lot happening in the last sort of 48 hours. I guess a lot will come out in the coming week or so, but things are changing every day, every hour on that situation, so we hope to have some massive news soon.
Any opponent shortlisted?
Same as before, in all honesty. Yeah.
Are there any discussions with Eubank Jr. and team? The reason I ask is July 1, Kalle Sauerland said that he's not received any medical documentation allowing the change of date. Your side, how do you see it? Do you believe that Eubank Smith 2, Smith Eubank 2 happens on July 1st?
I don't know. I'll leave that up to them. That's their business.
Are you able to have conversations with Eubank Jr. regarding the Benn fight?
We'll see what happens.
Cryptic.
I don't know. I haven't really got anything to say on it, and if I do say anything, it'll only upset someone. So I'll just keep quiet.
On Conor, UCAD, etc. What is the situation ongoing at the minute? Any more updates?
Can't really update you on it. Only that it's moving very quickly, and we hope there'll be a resolution soon.
Are the British Boxing Board of Control more? Are they happy to cooperate with you?
Involvement, really. They'll do what they always do, which is palm it off when they don't really want the responsibility to deal with it, because it's going to get very messy, very expensive for everyone. So we just go through the procedure and hopefully we can work it all out.
Yesterday I asked you about Tyson Fury. That was after one comment he's made. Since then he has made loads of comments. He's called out John Jones, he's called out Joe Rogan. I think he's called out Bob Arum and said, give me my contract back. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, I mean, he's lost the plot a little bit. Well, he just goes through these little rants, doesn't he? But he's obviously frustrated, and you know, you can see what's happening. He wants to fight, but the money's not there that he wants to fight. And I know exactly what's happening. You know, people want a lot of money to fight. It doesn't work out the numbers, you know. Anyway, it's his business. Like, it's a bit of a mess, but we'll see.
If the contract was handed back in terms that probably don't happen or whatever, but Tyson Fury found himself as a free agent, do you make him a promotional offer? I know it's always difficult because of your relationship with AJ and loyalty.
No, but look, I think he's a big star, and if he was out of contract and he wanted to earn with Hearn, we'd open the doors for him.
Francis Ngannou free agency. I know we touched on it a little bit on Wednesday, but I know he said that he does want to have a boxing fight. Have you had any conversations with him?
Yeah, I had a meeting with Francis in Vegas. It was fascinating. I'm sure there's a lot going on behind the scenes. You know, I don't think it's a fight for AJ at the moment. He's focusing on Deontay Wilder and, you know, trying to get a route back to the World Heavyweight Championship. But I'm sure Francis Ngannou will be in a big fight at some point.
Eddie, always a pleasure. Thank you very much.